Buc-ee's. They call it the greatest gas station in America, a true Texas-sized legend. But is it actually a good gas station? As a small operator of convenience store gas stations myself, I decided to go undercover and check it out. And I must say, there's a difference between obviously a travel center versus a gas station. I always operated small convenience store gas stations, but nothing of this magnitude or even close to it. So I was very curious since I've been watching some other YouTubers make videos about this gas station. So I wanted to check it out for myself. The first thing I noticed that they're not even advertising their gas price. Okay, they got this beaver sticking his head out in Springfield, Missouri. So they're not even advertising their gas price. That tells you a lot of faith in their branding. A lot of small operators race to the bottom with low prices on gas just to drive people in, give them a reason to come in. Buc-ee's like, nah, we better than that. All right, that's the first thing I noticed. Second is, as soon as I get on the parking lot, I needed some gas. It's very busy. It's a busy gas station right there, and they have some 100 some plus pumps. I stopped counting after like 80 of them. And they're advertising their pay, which is really impressive. As busy as they are, I wouldn't expect anything less. The pay is really good, and it's a good advertising mechanism as well. As soon as we walk in, it's all about that personal branding. They got that personal A+ for branding. Okay, they don't even have that many of those other brands in here like Pepsi and Coke and Frito-Lays, and for good reasons, I guess. After COVID, a lot of these other brands were very limited on supply, very pick and choose, hit and miss. So there has been a trend. If you walk into Casey's, 7-Eleven, Sheetz, some of these other brands, you're gonna notice a lot of private label branding going on there, and rightfully so. They want to be dependent and control their own inventory, which is very smart. Unfortunately, for a small operator like us, we can't do that because it's all about the volume. It's a volume game, but it doesn't stop us from getting creative here at all. The first thing when my kid walks in, he wants to get a toy size beaver over here, and I did what any other responsible parent would do. I left him there, and that way one day he could work his way up there and own one of these Buc-ee's one day as well. All right, on to the bathroom. Heard a lot about their bathroom. Obviously, I'm not gonna record people's faces or anything else here, but the one thing I do want to point out, I like these lights that they got going on. Green lights. We have the same lights at our MCI airport over here in Kansas City, Missouri. Green means go ahead, no messing around with the door handles. Hey, is anybody there? Or the red light means somebody had Chipotle, it's gonna be a while. So that was creative. A+ for that as well. I come out here and I'm looking for pineapple pizza, and I can't believe it. Even I had to ask the staff member, what's the deal with no pizza? So they verified that there was no pizza. So Casey gets a leg up from that for having one of the best industry's pizzas, and no points for Buc-ee's on that one. Then I move on to my black coffee. I gotta have a black coffee, straight up black coffee. If you know anything about me, I love me caffeine, which is black coffee.
Enough!
And the industry standard nowadays is bean to cup. Unfortunately, upon looking at Buc-ee's offering, they did not have any sort of bean to cup offering. So negative points on that one. All right, moving on. The real show here as well is their brisket sandwiches, which are freshly made. A lot of things are freshly made. Even these tortillas that they were making was pretty neat, this machine over here. But the real showstopper is this guy yelling. For a second, I thought he said, "Give me Epstein files." And then when I paid close attention to it, he said, "Fresh hot brisket on board." That was a fun little action. It catches you off guard whenever he's yelling about that. So that was pretty cool. All right, my final verdict. This is definitely a different sort of travel center. I should say it's very different than your local quick destination gas stations like Fave Trip. If you want pizza, you might want to go Casey's or elsewhere. When it comes to gas stations, if you want some bean to cup great coffee, you obviously got to come to Fave Trip. And if you want free entertainment, you know where to find us. We're youtube.com/Fave Trip. And yeah, that was a little fun trip for us. There's another competitor opening up for them, which makes for a good competitor, I guess I should say, when it comes to size wise. If we're doing measuring contest here, is Wally's. If this video gets enough likes, we're gonna go ahead and visit that one next and give you our take on it. But yeah, if this opened up right next to us, it will give me nightmares. As a small operator, This is truly a Walmart of a behemoth of a gas station. It is a small operator's worst nightmare, and I'm sure the whole Springfield area small operators are feeling it as well. So I had to point that out. That's the end of the video, guys. Hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think. What are some of your takes on these travel centers or other private label branding and gas stations, or which gas station should I visit next? Peace out.